White House aides in both parties have long said the same thing, that if a choice has reached the desk of the president, it's almost always a tough one, because easy ones will have been worked out before that point. CBS 2's national correspondent James Rosen investigates how the president makes decisions.
When President Trump gave Mexico 10 days to tighten its border or face stiff tariffs, critics assailed the chief executive's approach to the core business of the presidency, decision-making.
These whimsical and erratic proposals by the president, which seem to pop into his head and then he goes forward with them without checking.
Naturally, Mr. Trump sees his executive style differently.
I'm very consistent. I'm a very stable genius.
I don't agree with the consensus that Donald Trump is impulsive or irrational. It's just that his strategy and his strategic approach is very different from what we're used to in the Washington establishment.
One key difference between this president's decision-making style and that of his predecessors is that so much of President Trump's takes place in plain view on social media platforms like Twitter.
Ready up!
It was in a series of tweets that the commander-in-chief abruptly banned transgenders from military service. Former Navy Secretary Raymond Mabus later testified this was, quote, entirely outside the normal pathway of legitimate orders issued through the chain of command, adding, arbitrary decision-making erodes trust in military leadership. I recently asked Secretary of State Mike Pompeo about executive decision-making via tweet. How can that be a sound way of running things?
I know you all read the tweets. I get a chance to talk to him. He says, Mike, here's the outcome I'm looking for you to achieve. Go turn your team loose to go deliver that outcome for the American people. It's actually very consistent with the way that I think good units, good businesses, good military organizations operate.
Another close aide said the boss does not like yes men.
This is a president who invites disagreement, dissent, differing viewpoints to the table right in front of him, literally into the Oval, on matters of healthcare, infrastructure, tax reform, trade, North Korea, the Middle East, Iran.
With President Trump's brash public style reportedly at odds with his private deliberation, judgments about his approach to decision-making may have to await the opening of the Trump archives. In Washington, James Rosen, CBS 2 News.